Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be posting my first ever crochet tutorial. Today we are going to be making this cute little bear holding a heart. Okay, so this pattern is made by me, and firstly there are some stitches that you have to learn, such as the magic ring, increase, bobble, single crochet, decrease, and it's like a low sew kind of pattern. Okay, so now let's start. So I'm gonna be using this brown milk cotton yarn and a 4mm hook for the bear, and this red yarn and a 3.5mm hook for the heart. Okay, so first we're gonna put 6 single crochets into the magic ring. If you don't know how to do a magic ring, as you can see here, this is the way that I do it. You twist around your finger 2 times and you should see 2 lines here. You put your hook under the first line and grab the second line. Grab the second line and then twist as you're coming out, okay? So let me put this slowly. And then once you have this loopy thingy, you grab the long yarn and you pull it through the loop. Tighten it, and that is your magic ring. It looks like a circle with this small yarn tail attached, and that is the magic ring. Okay, so now we're going to put 6 single crochets into the magic ring. So how you do that is you go into the circle under these 2 lines and you grab the string and pull it out. Then on your hook you would have 2 lines, okay? So now you grab the string again and you're going to pull through both. That is 1 single crochet, okay? Now I'm going to take a stitch marker and I'm going to put it on this first stitch. So the stitch looks like a V, as you can see over here. Looks like a V. And on that V, you're going to put the stitch marker. So basically the stitch marker just lets you know where you're going to start the round, or actually finish the round. Okay, so we're going to do that again. So that was the first one. Now we need to do 5 more of these to make 6. So you go in, grab the yarn, 2 loops, grab the yarn, pull through. Now let's do that a few more times. Okay, so now I have 6. No, wait, sorry. Now I have 6 single crochets. As you can see, you can count your V's. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the one you put the stitch marker on. Okay, now you have this short tail, right? I told you about. You're gonna pull that hard. Don't worry about breaking the yarn. You're just gonna pull it, and then it should turn into this kind of shape. Now, I'm gonna take out the stitch marker. And as what I like to do, I like to put it on the back, like the last stitch here. But you can just do 1 single crochet and then you can put the stitch marker there, but I prefer to do it with this method. Okay, now we're gonna do increases around. So basically, increases is when you put 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Like I showed you before, the single crochet is you put the hook into the V, you grab the yarn and you pull it out. Then you have 2 loops, you grab it and pull it again. So that is 1 single crochet, and you can see that this is where we put in our stitch. So we're gonna go in there again. So basically in the same stitch you do the same thing. Yarn over and pull. Okay, now that is 1 increase. We're gonna do that all around for all the 6 stitches. So you go in, pull out, pull through 2 loops, go into the same stitch, pull out, and go through 2 loops. Okay, let's do that a few more times until we reach the stitch marker. Okay, there we go. So since we did 2 single crochets, which is an increase, into every stitch, and we had 6 stitches, that's 6 multiplied by 2, that's 12. So now you have these V's, and you can see the V's, you can count the V's. Okay, do not include the one that your stitch is in right now. Start from here, not here. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you have 12 stitches, you've done it correctly. Okay, so now we're gonna do a bobble stitch and 6 single crochet, another bobble stitch, and keep SCing. Oh my god, what did I just... Okay, anyways, so the bobble stitch is just a normal bobble stitch. So how you do a bobble stitch is that you yarn over. So before you put your hook into the loop, the V, sorry, you yarn over, you go into the V, the next V, then you yarn, then once you're in, you yarn over again and pull through. Then you should have 3 loops. And now you yarn over again, but important is that you only pull through 2 loops, okay? Now you're gonna have 2 loops like that. Now we're gonna yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through. Now you have 4, pull through 2, and now you're gonna have 3 loops, and we're gonna keep doing that until we have 6 loops after we pull through 2 in the end. So we go in the same stitch after you yarn over, and then you yarn over and pull through 2 loops, then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should gradually just keep adding more loops. So you yarn over, go in, pull, and two loops, yarn over, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our final one, you go into the same stitch, yarn over, and you pull through 2 loops. Now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops. And now finally you're gonna yarn over again and pull through all 6 loops. So this is a bobble. It's basically supposed to look like a dot on your plushie. And if it's looking flat like that at the back, by the way that you can see the back is by like seeing the yarn tail, because usually it's at the back, and I call it the walnut side for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. So basically you can just use your finger and push it from the back to make it look more like a blob, like that. Okay, so now we are gonna do 6 single crochet. So as you can see, here's the next stitch. So we're gonna go into there, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. That's the single crochet again. Now you can see that the bobble is looking much more voluminous. And now that was 1 single crochet, right? So we're gonna have to do 5 more because we have to do 6 single crochets. So I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, oh god, 5, 5, and finally 6. Okay, so now you can see that we did 6 single crochets, and this is our final stitch there. So now we're gonna do another bobble. As I told you, you yarn over, go into the next loop, and pull through. Then you yarn over and go through 2 loops. Okay, keep doing that in the same stitch, by the way. Pull through, yarn over, go in, grab the yarn, pull through. Okay, so now I have 4, then yarn over, go in, pull through. Now I have 5, final one, go in, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. And now you have 6 loops. You yarn over all of them like that. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches left. So we're just gonna keep single crocheting until those 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Then you can see that the next stitch that I'm supposed to go into has the stitch marker, so you can remove the stitch marker, which is the last stitch. Once you do the last stitch, that's it. That's the end of the round. Okay, now this is the top of our head. These are the 2 ears, and later we're gonna gradually move on to the decreasing over here, and then we're gonna start with the body. Okay, we're gonna use the same method of bobbles for the arms and legs. Okay, so now after that we're gonna single crochet around. Before that, make sure to put your stitch marker so you don't lose count of your rows, like that, behind your loop. And now we're gonna single crochet around, which means basically you can see all these V's, right? You're just gonna go into all the V's and single crochet everywhere for 3 rounds. So like I said, once you reach the stitch marker, that's 1 round. So we're gonna do that 3 times. You can use something to keep track. So I like to use some items I have next to me, like these. So 1, 2, 3. Once I finish one, I just like put these away. And then after I put away all 3, then yeah, I finished the round, all the rounds. So like I said, for the bobble, you can still see the V, so that should be easy. Like you can see there's a V right here. You go in, yarn over, and pull through 2. Okay, so I'm gonna do that 3 times, okay? For 3. Okay guys, so I just did the 3 rounds, and now your head should look like this. I know it looks a bit wonky right now, but I promise it's gonna turn out like this. You can kind of see the resemblance, and once you start stuffing it, it's gonna become a bit more rounded, like the bear. Okay, so now after that, we are gonna do a 1 decrease around, okay? So you do a single crochet. Sorry. Okay, so you do a single crochet, then we're gonna do a decrease. So how you do a decrease is you go into the next stitch and yarn over. You have 2 loops, right? Single crochet is you're just gonna yarn over and pull through. But before you do that, for a decrease, you're gonna have to go into the next stitch and yarn over again. Now you're gonna have 3, and then you're gonna yarn over and pull through all 3. That is a decrease. Basically, it's starting to close up and like form this round shape and the isolation maybe of the body and the head. Okay, so I did a decrease, and now we're gonna do another single crochet in the next stitch, like that. Then we're gonna do another decrease. So you go into the next stitch, yarn over, next stitch, yarn over, 3, pull through. Got it? Okay, and now let's keep doing that. I want to see decrease, want to see, and decrease. And there we go, we're finished perfectly, like that. Okay, so now if you want to, you can stuff it. So I have some stuffing over here. Do this, and I'm gonna stuff the head. Let's do this quickly. Okay, like that. And now you can see that there's this round resemblance to a bear, like this one. I think I made my stitches a bit more loose. That's why here there are a few holes. So make sure your tension isn't too tight. Like tension is like when you're pulling through, if your loop is really big and your tension is really loose, and there are going to be holes. But if it's too small, if your tension is too small, then when you pull through, your project is going to come out much more smaller than what you expected it to be. Okay, so now after you've done that, we're gonna do 1 single crochet and increase. So we do 1 single crochet, and like we learned last time, an increase is when you put 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So let's do that real quick. Increase. Increase. So it should be starting to like come out. You can see that it went like inside and then it's starting to come out again. That's what an increase does. It makes it bigger, expand, and a decrease makes it smaller. Like that. Okay, so now after we're done with that, we're gonna do another bubble round, okay? Okay, so now after you're done with that, now we are gonna do the arms over here that are gonna be holding the heart. So we're gonna have to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're gonna do another bobble. Like I said, you yarn over, go into a stitch, pull through, and then you're gonna have 3, pull through 2. Continue doing that in the same stitch. Pull through 2, go in, yarn over, pull through 2. Keep doing that until you have 6 loops. But sometimes, in some patterns, there are 5 loop bobbles, which in that case, you have to keep doing the same thing until there are 5 loops only. So it really depends on which pattern you're using. But for my pattern, this bear pattern, it's a 6 single crochet. Okay, now after you're done with that bobble, it should look like this. Like that. And now we're gonna do 2 single crochets. So like I said here, sometimes it's a bit confusing. I used to go into this stitch when I was still a beginner. But you have to go into this stitch over here. And 2. Okay, like that. And now we're gonna do another bobble. Okay, now once you have 6 loops, you're gonna pull through all of them. Okay, so those are the 2 arms, and now we're gonna do 4 single crochets until the stitch marker that we placed. So we do 1, 2, 3, and on the stitch marker 4. Okay, now we're gonna take out the stitch marker, and now we're just gonna single crochet around. I'm gonna do this off camera to not waste any time. Okay, so I finished the single crochet round, and now we are gonna do 5 single crochets for the next round. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna do a bobble. Okay, so again, I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do a bobble by now, but if you don't, you can just rewind the video to where we started the first bobble for the ears. 4, 5, and now finally 6, like that. Yarn over. Look at that, it looks so voluminous, the bubbles. Okay, and now we're gonna do 2 single crochets like the last round for the arms, and 2. Oof. Okay, and then we're gonna do our final bubble like that. And now we're gonna do 3 single crochets until our stitch marker. And go into the V and like that. Okay, so now we're gonna stuff it like this. Okay, I don't need that much stuffing, I guess. But make sure you don't overstuff it because you want the bottom to be at least a bit flat so it can at least stand like this one. I think like that. Okay, now after that, we are going to do a decrease around. So basically, you just keep decreasing without any single crochets or increases. Just decrease. On and on and on. On and on and on. On and on and on. Decrease. Oh, decrease. Sorry. Okay, that. Keep decreasing. Okay, and now after you're done with that, we're gonna cut the yarn off. Alright, like that. Perfect. And now we are going to sew the last round, and how you sew the last round is you're gonna take your needle. I don't have a real needle, but I have these plastic ones that came with my kit, if you see my other video. And then we're gonna, you see that there are a few V's here, right? So we are gonna go into the next stitch with this, like that. Then we're gonna go out of the next stitch. So basically just keep continuing that zigzag, zigzag. Sometimes I like to take a shortcut and just like do it like that. So basically you go in and out, inside out, like that. Okay, and now we're gonna just weave this in. So we're just gonna stick it anywhere. Then we're gonna bring this string here and hide it. So you can see that you can't see any string there. And now I like to tie a knot like this. Just tie a random knot. Doesn't have to be big, it's fine. Just to make sure it stays secure. I'm gonna cut off the excess yarn because I can use that for scraps later. I'm gonna use the back of my needle to shove this knot into the stitch so it's secure, like that. Now I'm gonna sew on the eyes off camera because I don't really know how to explain. Alright, so I sewed on the eyes. I know it's not very nice, and the mouth. I'm just not very good at sewing, but anyways. Now let's make it the heart. So to start the heart, just like the start of the bear, we're gonna do a magic ring. So if you forgot, you can rewind, or let me show you over here. So you basically just twist around your finger 2 times, and you should have 2 lines on the top of your finger. You take your hook, you're gonna go into the first line. Sorry, it's blurry. Into the first line, and grab the second one as you twist, like that. And then you're gonna grab this long line, and you're gonna pull it through the loop, like that. There we go, and that is our magic ring. This is called a tail. And the tail, I think, should be pretty long. So if you pull the tail, the ring becomes smaller. But you don't want the ring to be too small, but also the tail has to be long because we're gonna have to use the tail to sew it on. And the first time I made this bear, I made the mistake because I always leave my tail pretty short. So I made the mistake of leaving the tail short. So yeah, that was a disaster. Anyways, so first we are going to chain 2. So basically how to chain, you have this loop. It's really simple. You just yarn over and pull through the loop. That V is 1 chain. It's that simple. So we just did 1, then we do another one, 2. Like that. Now we're gonna do 3 half double crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 half double crochets, and then we're gonna slip stitch into the middle. So how to do a half double crochet? You are gonna yarn over and go into the magic ring. Then you are going to grab the yarn and pull it out. Then you should have 3 loops. A half double crochet is you just like that, pull through all 3. Okay, I really don't remember, but yeah, I think that's it. So you do that again, 2 and 3, like that. Now we're gonna do a double crochet. It's pretty similar to the half double crochet. Basically, you're just supposed to yarn over, go inside, pull out the loop, and you have 3. But this time you're gonna go through only 2, like that, and then you're gonna grab the yarn again and pull through 2. All right. And now you're okay. Sorry, I'm back. My video just paused suddenly. So we chained 2, then we 1, 2, 3, and then we just did 1 double crochet. So now we're gonna do that again. We're gonna yarn over, pull through 2. You have 2, and then pull through the 2 again, and we're gonna do that one last time. So yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over. You have 3, yarn over 2, pull through the last 2. Okay, so we just did that, and now we're gonna do another 3 half double crochet. So basically half double crochet, 3, double crochet, 3, and another half double crochet, 3. So like I said, this time you're just gonna have to pull through all 3 loops. You don't need to pull through 2, just all 3, like this. After you're done with that, you should have this kind of shape. I know it doesn't look like a heart, but trust the process. And now we're gonna do a slip stitch into the magic ring. So a slip stitch is something that connects. So basically, I'm gonna go in the loop and you're gonna bring it. A single crochet is when you yarn over and pull it through again. But slip stitch is you pull through and then you just pull through the loop that you already have again. Okay? So now we're gonna pull the yarn tail again. It's called the yarn tail, the short tail. And then we are gonna pull it. And after you pull it, ta-da! It turns into like a kind of heart shape. It resembles a heart shape. Unfortunately, the reason why this yarn is much more thinner is because I didn't have the same type of yarn. I really don't know where this type of yarn went. It's also this milk cotton yarn, but yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna cut off the yarn. Fasten off. Fasten off is when you just pull it like that. And now we can sew this on the bear like that. Okay, so I have my needle, and now I'm gonna put the tail on the needle. And remember, this is the front side. You can see the difference. On the back side, you can like see that the pattern looks more different. This is the right side where you can see all the stitches. Okay, so now so the tail is on the top of the heart, right? But we want the heart to be connected on the side, so on the back, so we can't see it. We're gonna go to the side of the heart, okay? So we're gonna go through these stitches and just jump over to the side. So now our tail is at the side here, and it matches perfectly like that. So we can just poke it in there. Just poke it in there and just sew it on. So we're gonna poke it in like that. Oh wait, what happened? Sorry, my tail came out of my needle. It's weird. Okay, just pull it. And now the heart is connected here, and we are going to again tie a knot like we did last time. Cut off the excess yarn and shove that in like that. And we're gonna do the same with this. First we have to bring it to the side. Okay, so we're gonna bring it to the side. You need to make sure when you're bringing it to the side, you have to do it on the back. So then like you can't see the stitches, like you can't see the line there when you actually do it. Okay, like that, perfect. And now we are going to finally, the last step, we're gonna poke this in like we did with the other part. And we are done. Ta-da! But before we celebrate, we need to put in the tail, obviously. It's necessary. Okay, cut the excess. And ta-da! This is your bear. And please tell me in the comments if there's anything that I can fix, because it's my first tutorial, my first ever pattern that I'm posting, so I'm a bit nervous. But yeah, I hope you like your bear, and see you next time. Bye!